Hi there, welcome back to my channel. It is Christy here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't know your Moon and Rising sign, Aquarius, there's a link in the description box where you can learn your whole birth chart. And that way, if you want additional messages for the week, you can look at your Moon and Rising sign in addition to your Sun sign reading today. So this is for July 11th to the 18th. And as promised, I will be using a different deck and doing a 5-card reading today with the Medicine card tarot, and then drawing additional message cards from each of the Wisdom of the Oracle tarot and the Healing with the Angels tarot. And instead of asking what are general messages for your sign, I will be asking what does your sign need to know? And hopefully we can sort through some options or opportunities that are available to you that you weren't aware of before in a general sense. So this is still a general reading. Whatever is most prominent in your life, I will encourage you to apply these messages to. So Aquarius, I wish for you all success, joy, and wellness. I call upon Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, clarity, protection, and wisdom. And I ask that Gaia please bless this reading for Aquarius. So let's see if we can get 5 jumper cards, one at a time, preferably. If we get into about a minute or over a minute of shuffling, Aquarius, I will draw from the center of the deck for your spread, okay? But I will do my very best here to get jumper cards because I do prefer them. So what does Aquarius need to know? What does Aquarius need to know? Okay, so we have 3 turn over, but they're stuck, so I am going to draw them. So we're just looking for 2 more jumpers. What does Aquarius need to know? All right, so we just need 1 more. Whoops, that was a big pile, so I'm going to just shuffle and see if we can get 1 more jumper here. So maybe 3 more tries, and if we don't get a jumper, I'll pull from the center here. And then 1 more. All right. So we're just looking for 1 more card. That really wants me to pull from there. Okay, let's do that. All right. So Aquarius, in your central position, which is where you are sitting right now this week, is the dog, and the dog's keyword is loyalty. So you're feeling pretty supported no matter what else is going on here, and we'll look at some of the influences. You're feeling really supported, and you're also supportive. So you're sitting really pretty here. It's also a canine, so we have things having to do with the family, pack mentality, and it's also a domesticated animal. There is a wolf in this deck as well, which I would read as a primal space to be in, but you're feeling pretty domesticated. There's something that's really comforting and comfortable about your situation right now, not too much upset. However, you might be coming into the week with the Raven card. Its keyword is magic. You might be feeling heavy, not in a bad way, but you might be feeling like you have all of this information or energy where you need to create an output, you need to release this, and you are probably finding areas or means to do this week where you're comfortable and confident doing it. The only thing that might trip you up in terms that you're not aware of, or in terms of what do you need to know, is that there could be over scrutiny. So the mouse, that keyword is scrutiny, not a bad thing. But it's like with anything, if it's taken too far, it's in excess. So just be aware here that you don't go through the week over scrutinizing or over analyzing, if you will, something that you feel. Okay, with the card being magic and this being heavy energy, something that you might be applying in the world that can't be seen, can't be touched, right? When we talk about the world of magic, this is extreme, this is esotericism, this is occult magic. Again, not necessarily dark, but something that you're bringing in and you may be overcomplicating it or reading into it too much. So just be aware here that there is a balance around these two energies with the loyalty, the family, the domestication, and of course the magic, the heavy, the applied sort of sorcerer, sorceress, witch type energy here. And another way to read this too is that you have the ability this week to bring something into fruition in an extremely quick manner. That the opportunity for you to manifest in the material world through these facets or means or ways is extremely fast. And you might even be calculating that and then at the end of it say, okay, how did that happen so fast? Or I don't believe it. And then you'll start to analyze it in a sense that sort of draws away from it or steals from it. So if something is working for you, essentially, Aquarius, don't read into it. Okay, that's probably the best, fastest way to look at these three cards this way. So let's look at from top to bottom, and then we have the outside energy or something you're probably already aware of, and then energy that you could use to your advantage that you might not be aware of. So the energy that is already available to you that you're aware of is the grouse. Its keyword is sacred spiral. So this is just about the spiral dance. This is just about life and death, up and down, right and wrong, the yin, the yang. Just recognizing how things fit together. These are also really beautiful together. I just realized they had the same two bottoms, which is kind of cool because they are very related. And I'll show you these up at the camera in just a second. But we have magic and then sacred spiral. So you're definitely getting into your own groove here with regard to spirituality, the occult, um, esotericism, and the study of these types of concepts. It could even be including astrology and tarot on your own, for example. So you're feeling really comfortable here, as though you belong here, and that's beautiful. Like I said, just be aware that there's not an over analysis so that you steal sort of from that magic or you don't over intellectualize something that can't be intellectualized, right? It's something, it's in the ether. So kind of let that be. Certainly if there is a problem or something that you'd rather not see, or something that's occurring that you want to see the end of, that deserves scrutiny, okay? So that's another avenue to look at that as well. If there's something that you're not liking, that deserves scrutiny. But in terms of the spiral dance or the sacred spiral here, it's something that, like I said, you're really comfortable in, you're finding your groove, and this is feeling really natural to you. You're really at home with it. And something that you might not be aware of that is available to you is the mountain lion, and its keyword is leadership. Now, you have the opportunity to do this for yourself. Obviously, you're a really Aquarius is often considered a lone wolf, if you will. Even though you probably have the most friends and acquaintances out of anyone that you know or any sign that you know, you're typically a loner, or unless you have like really outgoing or a lot of Leo in the first five planets, for example, you're going to feel like you're better off on your own or you need a lot of alone time to recharge in order to do well in groups and to give everything that you can give in groups. So acting like a leader this week might actually behoove you. And in terms of educating someone else or being the educated by acting as a student, here is another way to examine the leadership position. It might also feel like a place where you don't think inherently that you belong, like you're better off just on the sidelines or behind the scenes. But this is encouraging you this week, especially to make yourself available to other people, especially with regard to this general issue, what's going on here for you. Um, to act as a leader for other people. You might even have the answers or a solution to someone else's problem. And that's going to give you a lot of joy as well. And it could even come to pass that someday that person can help you in the same way, or you can help yourself by using the same attitude or solution that you provided for someone else. Certainly with regard to leadership here and the mountain lion and the magic, there could be a sense of you are yourself growing, that you have maybe even contemplated some sort of magic in your own life or esotericism or occultism, whatever that means for you, and that you're in a position now where you're elevated. You feel like you are more, what's it called when you have more self-confidence in applying not only the world of magic, but in being able to sort things out, categorize things so that they're easier for other people to learn from or for you to pick up on later. I think the only overarching, I think, if you can even call it a concern, is that you don't get wrapped up in over analyzing something, particularly if it has anything to do with your sense of magic or esotericism, cycles, loyalty, and domesticity, domestic bliss, for example, and the sense of leadership. Um, for example, if you're not accustomed to being in a leadership position and you're thrust into it this week, don't read into it, accept it if you can, and really just run with it. Run with it, because even if it's almost like make it, what do they say? Fake it until you make it. If that's what's going on at all in your week, run with it, because someone that you know or someone's already thinks you have what it takes to lead the way. So take their encouragement to the end and just run with it. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how well of a leader you become. So as I promised, I will put these up to the camera one by one, and I encourage you to take any imagery that you are intuitive about and apply to your situation this week as well, even if I'm not drawing upon it. So here we have the dog. He actually has a little scarf around him, which is super cute. So he's a domesticated animal. He's clearly well taken care of and very happy. So I think you're just feeling really happy and content in your domestic situation right now. And you feel, like I mentioned, really supported and supportive. And with the raven, this is the card of magic. This is the card of witches, sorcerers, um, uh, anyone having to do with the occult or esoteric arts. It does not mean dark or black magic, absolutely not, but anyone involved in this scene does know that it can be used for dark or black magic, because it's the same thing. It's just how it's used, right? It's all energy. So just be aware that this is positive and uplifting energy in your life. I certainly have no concerns over that here. And then again, here with the mouse, you can see everything the mouse sees is going to be up close and personal. So everything's going to be right in your face, hard to escape. Just be aware here that you're not over analyzing or over focusing on something, even if it's positive, even if it feels really good. Like, be aware to get an eagle eye view of a situation if you find yourself over analyzing something. And then with the grouse we have here, this is the sacred spiral. As I mentioned, this is just all about cycles, but the cycles in nature. And this is how I thought it was kind of cool that these two had the same bottoms, because they are, frankly, rather related. You can have cycles in nature, in our organic world, things that are seen and unseen that we just have no understanding of. We can consider that magic, because we just don't know what that is yet. So if you're feeling something and you just know something and it hasn't been written anywhere, run with it, because it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be a fact for anyone else right now, as long as it makes sense to you. And then with the mountain lion, you can see this lion is roaring and either protecting somebody or on the hunt. So it could be that you're in a leadership position in terms of protecting yourself or someone else that deserves or requires protection at this time. If that's the case, go for it. Don't hold back here. That person really needs you, or you really need to protect yourself here. So with the co-create card is one of the additional cards to the reading today. Some major influence with the imagery, of course, is the fastest land animal on earth, sort of gazing at you like, what are you waiting for? We have the barn owl here. The owl is the universal symbol of psychic energy, the moon, and the night. So anything having to do with women, cycles, polarities, psychic energy, that type of thing. Not too far from the magic card here. And of course we have something that's about to crack open, something hopefully that's going to come to fruition after having been on hiatus or in in gestation for a little while. So a project is underway, clearly, some sort of project here that you're in co-creation of. If it's not with another group of people or another person, this could be co-creation with your spirit world, your spirit animals, your spirit guides, ancestors, that type of thing. But if it is with individuals here in the material world, it's definitely something that you're co-creating with them, and you could very well be the leader of the pack, so to speak. And like I mentioned before, if you're not, or you'd like to be, or if you're not and someone's encouraging you to be, just run with it because I got two there. I'm going to take them because I think you'll be surprised at the end of it how comfortable you actually are with that and how much it serves you. Okay, not only the whole project or the other person, but this will serve you as well to take this position. So the final two cards here, we have manifestation and abundance. These are gorgeous to have at the end of your spread, really anywhere in a reading. But manifestation is all about putting your intention into something, really paying attention to something. And you can even consider these two familiars in this regard. This is about intention, creating sort of, what's it called when you do like creative visualization, this type of thing here. So if that is your route and it's coming to fruition, this could very well be the manifestation portion of it. And then with the abundance here, you're never going without. Even if something doesn't work out exactly as you had planned, you're going to get something positive from it, and it's going to keep momentum for you. So remember that this is an abundant universe and everything is already available to you. And in order to manifest, you merely just need to pay attention and to be true to yourself, Aquarius. So yeah, nothing really overtly odd or not a lot of action going on this week, just a lot of knowing where you are at the right time, knowing not to overanalyze something, put yourself in it, even if it feels uncomfortable. If it's a leadership position, it's right for you. You fake it till you make it, and keep going the way you're going because something really positive is coming out of this co-creation opportunity for you. So Aquarius, that concludes your reading. If you have a second, let me know in the comments how this works out for you this week. And if you're not already, subscribe to my channel because I upload videos for your sign every single week. And until we meet next time, take good care of yourself and I will see you then. Bye for now.